Hello and welcome, PocketWatch here, and it's about time for another episode of Rewrite. Let's continue the story and let's talk about Kotaro's situation and his powers and everything. Let's learn about Guardians once again, I guess. So yeah, let's go. Let's see. Uh-huh. Tell me all about Guardians and tell me all about the Gaia. Apparently, I've been calling Kotaro Haruki for a while now. Apparently. Yeah. Yes? Her expression instantly freezes over. Not once have I ever seen this side of her in school. I never even imagined she could be like this. I can't help but feel anxious. I mean, it kinda feels like threat, but... cooperation. Okay. If that's what they're promising me, that means I won't be living the same peaceful life if I don't agree to the deal. Hey, this sounds awfully dangerous. Wow. Okay, they don't know that he can see Ki, right? Or anything like that. So, what kind of deal do they want to make? Okay. Just worry, people. Okay. I'm totally lost here, but well, if Kasrev is helping you out, then you probably aren't fish at all. So, how exactly am I supposed to cooperate? I think I've got a pretty good idea of how though. I don't. You want me to keep that orphanage a secret, right? Okay, that's okay. Sure, why not? I mean, they can just take Shizuru and wipe Kotaro's memory about this place if they wanted to really shut him up, if you think about this. That will make him also forget about Lucia and stuff that happened there, but if they really would like to, you know, they can do this. Despite how dangerous this place is, it's only separated by the two chain link fences that anyone could climb. Kids might wander in while on pretend adventure. That is interesting. That's not coincidence. Someone let the security network down. Huh. So that's how it is. I mean, the fact that I even managed to set foot on the orphanage is their slip up. But Lucia, how did you know I'd been at the orphanage? Okay. Wait, you were following me in the forest while I was on a bike? That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Now he recognizes that they have some kind of superpowers. Yeah. Also, yeah, like, if you think about this, everyone like in Guardian that like fight on the front lines are like extremely strong physically. Like, you would think like Rewrite is like Kotaro ability basically to strengthen himself, but it's like surprisingly a lot of people that have this power. Or at least like they're like physically enhanced or something. Like they have their own power plus they are extremely strong. Huh.
そういう落ち度があるから天王寺君にも譲歩したい。もちろんルチアちゃんのたっての頼みって
天王寺小太郎は私が厳重に監視します。西九条さん、寛大なご配慮。
Lucia's acting as if Miss Nishikuchi are subordinate and superior. Quite different from the teacher and her students.
重ねて言うわ。私たちがお願いしたいのは、あの孤児院のことを忘れること。それを。
Miss Nishikuchi grins mischievously and pokes at my cheeks. Yeah, like, they have Shizuru as the plan B. At first glance, it seems to be a good gesture, but hidden behind it is a silent, imposing aura that tells me this is no laughing matter.
西九条さん、天王寺、誤解するな。脅すつもりは全くない。どうかぜひ。
She clearly does.
この通り。
Seeing Mr. Shikuju put on the pressure, Lucia follows up with a more earnest-sounding request. Well, knowing Mr. Shikuju's position, she was just threatening me as a joke. But if I don't agree to her proposition, this really won't be laughing matter. Why would you not agree anyway? Like, this thing is dangerous. Like, you don't want people go there. Like, this is just like... common sense, I guess. What's important to me isn't what happened in the orphanage. It's making sure that Konohana Lucia isn't alone. Okay, I don't have any plans on blabbing anyway. Peaceful life for the win.
ありがとう。
Oh, but if I do tell about you guys, you will be in trouble, wouldn't you?
ええ、困るわね。
Well then, that makes a sequel in this deal. That means I should get to give my own conditions too. Okay. Interesting. I mean, like, he doesn't know that they have Shizuru. It was the plan B. Like, he can, like, spill all the conditions he wants. But, yeah, they just can't just like, hey, Shizuru, you know what? Like, let's make this guy forget everything.
あら、何かしら。
Grass Rip, you make lunch sometimes, right? That looks pretty nice. You're good at cooking, aren't you? Could you make me one sometime? That's my first condition. I love how Kotaro is random at points. Miss that.
なんだそれは。
I really miss that. It's been so serious recently. Flashing from ear to ear, Class Rep blows her top. Meanwhile, Mr. Shikuju breaks into laughter.
仕方ないわね。私たちは秘密の組織だし。
So we are still not going to be included in Guardians/Gaia situation. We just know like we don't even know bare minimum. I guess. Actually, maybe we do. Like secret society, sure, why not?
ルチアちゃん、秘密を守るために従いなさい。
Wow. Wow.
命令よ。いいわね。
Wow.
了解しました。
Condition number 2. While we're at it, could you invite me over to your place for dinner sometimes? Oh, but no spicy food, got it?
どうして私が天王寺の食事の面倒を見なくてはならないのか。
仕方ないわよね。これも命令。
I love it. I love it.
了解しました。
Oh my god. Condition 3. You gonna have to wear a maid outfit while doing it. Oh, don't forget the handband. The garter belt is a must too. Oh my god, he goes all in.
誰が着るか。死んでしま
Yep, that's Kotaro.
それも命令ね。
Oh my god.
え。了解しました。
Oh my god. Condition 4. Oh my god. You better call me master too.
天王寺小太郎、女の敵。
はい、それも命令に追加ね。
Cannot. Are we going to see Lucy in maid outfit? We remember that Kotaro like imagined Shizuru in the maid outfit. That was cute. I wonder how Lucia would look like. Oh my god.
了解します。
Did Concept always fall under the strobe? Let's keep going until we hit something that like aping conditions just to mess with her as much as I can. Anyway, we are the guys in the first place. Are you really some kind of secret organization? What are you guys?
それについては
ガーディアン
Okay, so we got so we will get to know actually what's Guardian guy, I guess. Huh?
西九条さん
Listen turns to Mr. Shikuju, taken aback by what she just said. Looks like even mentioning the name Guardian is dangerous. And what's the definition of Guardian again? Something that protects, something that defends.
私たちはそう名乗ってるまあ一種のボランティア団体ね
Volunteers for what?
地球を守ること
Excuse me? Protecting it from what? Giant monsters? Like what? Gojira and Kaijus?
そうねもし怪獣が現れるなら剣にもなるし盾にもなる
Sure.
雨が降るなら傘にもなるし洪水が起これば船にもなるわ
So that's Guardian. I wonder like when they will realize that Kotaro can see the key and he's going to be included in like offensive force. I really like the idea that Kotaro is one of the very few people that can actually see through key disguise basically. And even Shizuru couldn't see her, right? Like Kotaro had to tell her where to shoot and stuff. So in the Kotori Road, Shizuru also had some kind of spotter basically, who had the eyes to see.
その名をみだりに口
Wonder how many are there actually.
忘れろ
There's no that many, they said. There's this like special corpus, I think, right? Special unit, the eyes.
西九条さんも気安く話しすぎです同志以外にその名を語ると
大丈夫よ天王寺君は秘密
As long as we protect the secret, then we can speak in just as much as we would like. If I go back to my ward, it looks like they won't even let me see the light of day. I sure can tell them that I have no interest of leaking their secret. Is it a big organization?
我が国だけでも同志は数百万
Damn.
全世界の同志の数は奥にも至るわ私たちはその大勢の中から選ばれてガーディアンという役目を仰せつかったにす
Hundreds of millions all over the world. Does a secret society like that really exist?
風祭り師にも同志は大勢いる普段は普通に生活しているが有事の時には剣にも盾にもなる
Seriously? That sounds like a joke.
冗談と思ってくれでも忘れないでね大勢の同志が街に溶け込んでいる夢それを忘れないこと
Yeah, this is another like giving him this secret is also like giving him a warning and secure the secret basically. Like, you know, if you say something, we'll know.
たとえ私がいないところであろうともガーディアンについて口にしようとすればそれはすぐに私
Relax already, I will keep my end of the deal.
それが賢明ねあなたに
我々は怪しいものではないのだ多分それを正直必ず理解できるように説明するからそのためにもしばらく時間が欲しい
Yeah, looking forward to it. Okay, so we're not going to learn actually about Gaia. When the situation with Dragon will happen. For the record though, I don't think you guys are fishy, don't worry. And I tell you, the straightest laced class rep in the world, Konohana Lucia, is here. This place has to be legit.
信用されてるのね
どうも
Yeah. Hey, shouldn't we ask if, like, Shizuru knows about this? I mean, Lucia and Shizuru are very close together, right? Like, that would be, like, I guess, common question in this conversation. Hey, does Shizuru knows anything? Guardian, some mysterious group or organization. They still have explained to me what kind of group it is. However, they did tell me that they would explain in due time. After seeing class rep Sirius eyes, I've decided to accept that for now. In any case, I should do as they say and forget about name entirely. After they get me to agree to come in for the periodic checkups for a while, they finally release me around midnight. Okay. It's been a few days since those events. Despite that, it's almost shocking how normal and peaceful life has been since then. This is probably the recompense they spoke of in exchange of protecting their secret. Guardian, was it? It's a secret society operating behind the scenes on the worldwide scale. Our Clean Freak class representative is also one of its agents. I put a gag order on me, so I'm to keep that secret. Not like anyone gonna believe me if I snitch on them anyway. Yeah, unless they are Gaia. Like, I would say, like, mentioning Gaia and that Gaia have, like, its own agents around the city and stuff is quite crucial, you know? Like, he would not think this otherwise. Because he would be like, what if I say something and the Gaia member is actually the one that I'm speaking to? This is dangerous not telling him about Gaia. Best Nishikuju is a member of that organization too. Given her gentle personality, I never imagined she would be an agent of secret society. She and I have bumped into each other a few times at school. However, she hasn't even given me a knowing smirk or anything. Being another class teacher, she's been very formal and polite, just like she always has been. True fiction, stranger, etc. Or perhaps reality is the mere reflection of the events that happen in fiction. They told me that Guardian is a group of volunteers that protect the Earth. Well, it's a bit fishy hearing it from someone like Miss Nishikuju. If I heard the same thing from Lucia, I wouldn't immediately discount the possibility. Konohana Lucia rules the class with her iron fists as the class representative. Business as usual. Though she and Chihaya had already made up, the events of the other day have soured the relationship once more. The atmosphere in the classroom isn't as suffocating as it had been, but there's definitely tension in the air. I will need to keep an eye out for opportunities I can create to help them mend the relationship. They warned me to forget all about Santa Brosia. However, if I give a simple explanation about Lucia's painful past to Chihaya, I'm sure she will understand. The Harvest Festival is coming. The whole city will be filled with the merrymaking and revelry. I want to ride on the positive mood from that and help them make up. I've decided on my own to have the two on good terms by the first day of the Harvest Festival. Yeah, it's still before Harvest Festival. Like, I just cannot believe that we're that deep in like Lucia Road, and we're like not even in the beginning of other roads. Like, what is happening? It should be around this corner. Bingo! Right as I turn the corner, I see Lucia apartment building. Should be on the second floor, farthest from in. 8 o'clock in the evening, just in time. Because my internal GPS isn't going to lose to the likes of some fancy phone yet. We're initially set for 7 in the evening. Just shortly before though, she told me to come an hour later instead. Of course, I've been wondering why Lucia told me to come to her house this time of the day. She really told me to come without giving me any reason, but I have an inkling as to why. It must be that the stuff I joked about with her in the hospital the other day. Oh my god. Like, prepare me food and stuff. Dang. I didn't think she would take me seriously. She probably didn't, but she got orders. I got a little full of myself and came up with all sorts of silly conditions in exchange for keeping Guardian's secret. One of them was that class rep has to treat me a meal. I mean, this is a silly joke, but I can't believe she took it seriously. Actually, it would be just like her to take everything I said her to heart. Yeah. Class rep leaves poison on anything she touches. Preparing food for someone would be absolutely taboo for her, yeah, but since we can withstand it... That poison of hers has built a fence around her, isolating her from everyone else. Being the only person able to climb that fence, it would be nice if I could give her just a bit of courage, a bit of pep. I thought big, but here I am, nervous as heck. Yeah, I wonder like if it's going to be spicy or not. I mean, we said that we cannot eat spicy, so hopefully it's not, but who knows. She's insane with spices. Abnormally so. Imagine being invited to a girl's house at a time of a night to eat her home cooking. This kind of thing only happens in dating sims. Ah, man, I'm seriously nervous right now. Room 204, Konohana, here we go. Okay. After a few moments, I hear the voice from the intercom. But her voice is filled with tension and panic. Uh-huh. Who else does it look like? Is your intercom camera broken or something? Oh no. Oh no, is she wearing the maid outfit? Oh yes, I mean... Oh my god, she's definitely wearing the maid outfit. That's why she's panicked. Surely we got some imagination. Alright, fine, let me make sure. She's definitely serious judging from her tone. I don't think that's... I don't think we need to play the serious music here. I think I know what's happening. I was so giddy for our dinner together, but that's been blown away. Looks like this is an occasion for me to get excited over. Right, Lucia's a member of a secret society. Maybe something dangerous is going on. Actually, maybe she called me over not for dinner, but for something much more important. Shake off my enthusiasm and pay careful attention to my surroundings. Don't worry, no one's telling me. Jesus. Yeah, I gave you my word, right? My lips are sealed, trust me. I guess getting to eat her own cooking for dinner was just wishful thinking on my part. I promised her that I wouldn't leave her alone. In other words, I promised to be her very first ally. What happened? Well, we shouldn't talk about this in public, let me inside. Okay. Okay, maybe it's not... Listen, I think like she's just embarrassed as fuck. Lisa's low tone of voice is threatening. Looks like this is really serious. I really wasn't tailed or watched by anyone, was I? I bent over and strained my eyes and ears, the absolute limits, searching for anyone suspicious. If she had told me this was something really serious, I would have taken a more roundabout path, and made sure that no one could tail me. Nah, I suppose amateur could manage that. That might actually end up looking suspicious instead. The bad guys might just show up the moment Lucia sticks her head out the door. It's pretty common trope in movies and all. I wanna stay alive. What should I do? Your orders? Okay. Got it. Faking them out, huh? Okay, this is like overly specific. Why? Like, I'm starting to believing that this is not actually MAID outfit. This is so very weird. But she got orders in the hospital, so I expect that. That's why she's so serious about this, but who knows? Got it, I don't want to risk my life here. Okay. I take 3 steps back, just to make sure the door doesn't slam into me. But as I do, the door locks, clicks open. I hear a tap against the floor, Lucia footsteps as she heads back inside after unlocking the door. I search my surroundings once more. Okay, nothing looks or sounds out of place. Alright, now to do as she's distracted and count to 100 in my head. 2, 3, 4... Being that in this residential district, I can only hear the typical sounds of houses at night. My 5 senses, sharper than a normal human's, don't sense anything out of the ordinary. 47. Since unlocking the door and running inside, I haven't sensed Lucia's presence. At the very least, I don't sense her fighting with anyone inside. 90? Actually, isn't it too quiet? Is Lucia really okay? She told me to count to 100, but maybe I've been counting too slowly? I'm certainly worried about her safety. I'll speed up through the last numbers and open the door. Lucia, you there? I'm coming in. Okay, no response. It's a strange spectacle, me calling out to her from the entryway. Okay. What could be waiting for me inside? Perhaps someone from the opposing organization attacked, but had the tables turned around on them, and now they're lying dead on the floor. Jesus. So, wait, you know there's opposing organization? Wait. They never told you this? Maybe they told him this in the off-screen scene or something. Like we haven't seen that. Maybe. Because they never told him about Gaia. And now that they know she's here, she can't stay in the city anymore and she has to disappear to somewhere else? Damn, and she still reached out to me. I'll have to do what I can for her. Lucia? Rushing in. Okay. Okay, this is like actually actually serious. What the hell? Okay, maybe I was wrong. What's happening actually? What is happening? I dash through the hallway and jump into the living room. Her living room is tidy, like the entryway and hallway, just what I expect for her. Unlike what I imagined, there are no signs of life or death struggle, no corpse to speak of. Instead, what my eyes meet is something that widely exceeds my imagination. I stand still, frozen and dumbfounded. My bewilderment would soon be my undoing. The fuck? A blow from directly under my jaw sends me flying, usually through the air. Did Lucia just hit us? Damn it, I must have lost 2 or 3 teeth to that. That is you, right, Lucia? Okay, it is the maid outfit, okay. You're the one who called me over, so why do I have to take the uppercut? Okay, you know what? Forget that. I can sort of see why anyway. Yeah, sorry I get carried away. Like, for real, my bad. Oh my god. Please let me see. Konohana Lucia is certainly there. However, even though my friend or foe detection system had recognized her as Konohana Lucia, it certainly needs some time to process it. Now that is the most important aspect in identifying someone. Is their face, hair, and clothing too is a valuable factor. Indeed, her face is Lucia's. However, the clothes she wears are absolutely known, those of the steel-fisted class representative, Konohana Lucia. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yep, set the free the boob up. Holy Jesus. Yep. Okay. Holy crap. Okay, that's not the maid outfit I expected, but she knows what she's doing. Uh-huh. Jesus. No objections! I suppose it fits the definition of the maid uniform? In the broadest sense? Yeah. Okay. But, I think maybe you've got the wrong idea here. Are you sure that wasn't like some kind of like cosplay or something? Okay, yeah. And you chose the one that's... Actually, it's like awfully stretched here as well. Like, it's barely fitting. Holy shit. Okay. Sure, it's a maid uniform. But that's the outfit from the main heroine of Doki Doki Maid Party, isn't it? Yeah, like I said, are you sure it's not a cosplay or something? Oh, wow. So basically, yes, it looks like a maid uniform, but technically it isn't. Rather, it falls under more of the classification of the cosplay outfit. Expanding on that a bit further, Doki Doki Maid Party is the visual novel, but the sort of the visual novel that only adults can buy. Okay, is this thing actually exists? Or is it just like literature party parody? Literature club, sorry. There is something called a Doki Doki Maid Cafe though. Wait, what? Oh, this is like the DLC to like Doki Doki Literature Club. Oh, so this thing is actually like legit or something. or whatever. Is this on VNDB? I don't know. Anyway, it seems to be reference to actually the real thing. To some DLC or whatever. Her wearing that uniform, the one Lucia's wearing right now, she does certain deeds and gets it on with the player. Okay, I didn't check if this outfit is actually there. Maid club? What was that? Doki Doki Maid Club. Okay, what is this? Is like this like actually? Is this outfit actually there? I don't know. Can't find. Anyway. If I remember the story right, the protagonist, who has a crush on the main heroine, somehow gets a hold of her secret. Huh, awfully close, huh? To protect that secret, he makes a deal with her that she becomes his exclusive maid and does various things for him. If I recall correctly, the first thing he does after finding out her secret is to make her wear a maid uniform and cook for him. Oh my god, you literally created the same scenario. Oh my god. Yeah. Did I just make her do something crazy without realizing it? I think the next thing the protagonist order her to do is... Oh my god.
これでいかがですかご主人様
Oh my god. This is adorable and hot. The fuck? Oh my god, that's right. He makes her call him master. Yeah, that was also order. What the hell? What have I done? Without even being conscious of it in the hospital, I demanded the exact same scenario that happened in the game.
それから食事の介助をするんだったなこんな恥ずかしい格好をさせてそんなことを望むなんて
Oh my god.
お前は全く理解できない
Imagine if she actually got to play the game. Wow. I'm so sorry, I don't even understand myself. Clad in miniskirt that barely covering her butt, Lucia strolls to the kitchen in her MAID outfit. Rather, her cosplay outfit from the adult game, and comes back, setting food down on the table. Oh. After that, would be, feeding me with chopsticks, going saya. Seriously, I'm sorry, I got ahead of myself. This is already enough, so let's just eat normally.
そうはいかん与えられた命令を完遂するのが私の仕事だ
Oh my god, of course.
要求なれど上司を経たならそれは命令だ
Of course.
最後まで完遂するぞさあそこに座れ天王寺小太郎じゃなかったご主人様さあここにおかけになってあんとお口をお開けになってくださいませ
She asked aggressively kindly. Oh my god. They have the tsundere maid. No, seriously, you don't have to do the... You don't have to. You really don't have to.
そういうわけにはいかんさあご主人様あ
Oh my god.
あおせんか命令全18件のすべてを
Eight. Actually made 18.
天王寺小太郎ご主人様
Oh my god. I thought he was joking about the 18 orders. He actually did. He actually made 18 orders. What the hell? He's probably shoving the food. As Lucia shoves spoonful after spoonful of food into my mouth, all I can do is resist her torture is to scream in between bites. I got carried away and came up with 18 conditions, but after fulfilling all of them, she finally releases me. Well, it's a good thing I stopped at number 18. For number 19 and onward, she provided the kind of service that gets cat for all ages release. Oh my god, I will just censor it, no problem. I doubt she knows. I doubt she knows of the Eroge Doki Doki Maid Party, and I'd better keep it that way. Yeah, you better. Imagine if she just played that. That would be just... Oh my god. Because if she finds out, I should consider myself well and truly dead. Pretty much.
ところで、この服のタグに書いてあった
Oh no.
メイドパーティー
Oh no.
とかわかるか
Oh no. Kotaro, you're so dead. Nope, no idea, not a clue. I wouldn't even tell you about how the trial version had CGs. Wait, you just tell her that. Wait, what? I wouldn't even tell you how about the trial version had CGs that weren't censored properly. So there was a huge commotion and they tried to get the copies back, so now they fetch a ridiculously high price on eBay.
そうか。オークションで出品されている何かなの。
Oh no, no, no.
後でネットで調べてみよう。
Oh no, no, not the internet, please.
何か隠しているな。はけ。
Oh no.
このハレンチな格好の少女。
No. What a mess, but her lips are shut tight. If I tell her I'm dying 100% for sure, yeah. I managed to dodge the both questions and getting beaten to death. And also undergo the valuable experience of nearly losing consciousness after getting grappled in the front face log by the girl in the maid uniform. It wasn't a lack of oxygen, by the way, but well, her skirt is awfully short. Wow. She's grabbing my head from the front under her arm, so her butt, yeah. What the hell? Anyway, putting Lucia unorthodox attire aside, we managed to have a nice peaceful meal. Okay, good. Her skills for cooking are not all bad, decent. And of course her home cooking has a certain warmth to it.
これで命令はすべて完全に遂行できたぞ。お前のハレンチな約束はすべて守った。
I wouldn't mind you wearing that again. Oh my god. How many, like, okay, who else is left? Who can we, like, see in the maid outfit? We had Lucia, we had Shizuru. Only Akana is left. I don't think Akana is going to wear one. She doesn't seem to be character like that. But also... maybe Kotaro may have image like that. Like, he may, like, imagine her in this outfit. Very curious. We'll see. I don't think we're going to see her in the outfit though. Yeah, I don't think like Kotaro can even imagine her in that outfit. In like maid outfit. She doesn't strike to be character like that at all to wear something like this. She changes out of the costume while cleaning up. Yeah, acknowledged. And don't worry, I will keep your group guardian a secret. So could you tell me, what is a guardian? What are you and Miss Nishikuchi doing there?
地球を守っている。
Protecting it in what sense? Will it fall to ruin if you don't? I remember how passionately she talked about garbage segregation and recycling some time ago, yeah. That if we don't take care of the environment, humanity would have no future. I suppose that would fall under protection of the Earth, if you think about it. But considering how secretive Guardian is being, I doubt that's what they're referring to. You're doing something that has to be done away from the public eye in order to protect the Earth. That's the vibe I'm getting here. I believe you, of course, I can imagine that you are doing something shady. But well, now I know the name Guardian. I know it's out of the sheer curiosity, but can you fill me in on just a little bit more than that? Lucia looks down and groans in thought. She has to keep it secret, but it pains her to hide it. That's what it seems to me. I suppose forcing her to tell me is going against my word. I'm about to apologize and tell her to forget it, but she takes a deep breath and stares right at me.
修正の 絶対の秘密を
Of course, I gave my word.
母の名にかけて誓えるか
Dang, we are in the Middle Ages or something? Yeah, I swear my grandpa's, rather my mom's name.
ならば話そう。秘密を強いておきながらそれを話さないのはフェアではない。それに天王寺のこと中途半端に秘密にしておくとまたおかし
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
余計な
good deduction.
突っ込みかね
Lucia takes another deep breath. She seems to be considering her next words. Well, considering how proactive I was in searching for Santa Ambrosia Peace Garden, it's possibly the sensible move. Yeah, like I said, like not telling him about Gaia is extremely dangerous. Once she let me in on just a little bit more, I will hold my curiosity back. I joined the Occult Research Society, looking for a way to escape the boredom of my daily routine. Using submissions of ghost stories as clues, I would play a reporter and get a bit of pocket money from that. Except, I ended up finding out the existence of the secret society established to protect the Earth. It's as if I reeled on a whale, and now I'm about to get swallowed whole. I won't joke about it, and I absolutely will not tell anyone, I swear. Tell me, Lucia, what are you guys up to? You are not just going around serving justice to evildoers who don't segregate their garbage, are you?
さっきお前は言ったな守るということは
Man, that was the wild guess at this point. Yeah, I did. Does that mean if you slack off on whatever you're doing, the Earth will actually fall into ruin? So what is it? If it's something I can understand, then I will be more than happy to help myself.
今風祭り師は地球を滅ぼすか否かの鍵を握るたった一人の人物をめぐって
Okay.
一触即発の事態となっている
So they know about Akane, but they don't know it's Akane. I think. Right? Like they know there's like very important Gaia member, but they can't figure out who it is. That definitely doesn't sound peaceful.
信じるのか地球が滅びるかもしれない
There being in perils is the sort of phrase that pops up in manga all the times these days. But here Lucia's asking if I actually believe in something so ridiculous. I said I wouldn't make fun of you. And class rep Konohana Lucia, I wouldn't even dream of you lying to me about this. Keep going.
分かったありがとう
So what is this person that holds the key? Is this some kind of terrorist with a nuclear suitcase handcuffed to him or something? Or maybe someone who made a killer virus strain?
我々はその人物を鍵と呼ぶ
Oh, okay, never mind. So, I actually mean the key. Okay. I mean, sure, call her a person because Kotaro have no knowledge about the familiars, what the familiar is, how the key is created, or anything like that. So, yeah, for simplicity, just call her a person. Yeah, makes sense. The key, is that some kind of code name?
そうだ鍵と呼ばれる少女の姿を模した存在
Okay. The key is a young girl. Wait, that's not quite right. It's being under the guise of the girl.
鍵は人間の少女に酷似しているが人間とは異なる特別な存在だ
Yep. What? She's some kind of alien? I can't help but smirk at that. I catch myself, though, and quickly put my game face back on. I promise not to laugh after all.
宇宙人ではないその意味では生粋の地球人と言えるだろ
Yeah, she's created by Earth. Yeah.
うだが我々人間とは全く異なる
You mean she isn't a member of the Homo sapiens species? She's different, the kind of sentient life, something that came from a different evolutionary tree than humans?
そのあたりの説明は長くなるので割愛したい
Yeah.
しかし天王寺の言う例えは当たらずも遠からずだ
Uh-huh.
限りなく酷似した
I can get behind this, yeah.
認識でいい
Which means, even if she is walking around right under my nose, I wouldn't recognize her.
外見上の識別は不可能だ
Okay. But there's a catch. Only few people can actually see her.
その上認識か乱能力を持っており場合によっては存在すると理解することさえ
Recognition blocking. What is that? Some kind of optical camouflage or something?
高額ではなく認識そのものをか乱する仮に少女に真正面に立たれてもそこにいることさえ理解できない
Holy crap, that means she's some kind of this she's got some kind of stealth power that messes directly with your head.
いるにもかかわらず認識がか乱さ。
Yeah.
おそらく彼女に接近遭遇を受けた者は確かに眼前に存在するにもかかわらず認知できない現象。
Okay.
おそらく幽霊か何かにつきまとわれたように感じるに違いない。
I wonder if like, oh wow, I wonder if this will trigger like Kotaro Common Road memories with like Shikigami. Like I've been like attacked by ghosts and I felt like I've been like followed and stuff. I wonder if like he's going to say that. This ties up very well with the common part of the game. And you guys in Guardian are chasing after this ghost. Is that why you joined the ORS?
それも一応は来た。
I see. I thought it was weird for the straight-laced Lucia to join the ORS just because her friend Shizuru joined. Now it makes sense. So, just what kind of being is that key? Is she gonna be the one to destroy the planet?
それができる力を持つ。
Uh-huh. Dang, that's real dangerous. So we can't let her run loose then.
そうだ。確保するか。それができなければ
Yep.
暗殺も辞さない。
Assassination. Now that sounds really dangerous. Still, some non-human being with the power to destroy the Earth is walking among us. We can just let that slide. It would be nice if we could talk with them and dissuade them from doing that. But if that doesn't seem to work, then we'll have no choice but to off them. I wonder if like he have enough memories to do the thing in this road or not. Wait, but that only brings more questions. It would cause a real commotion if everyone got wind of this, but the world is in danger, right? Shouldn't they be blockading Kazara Matsuri and sending the JSDF or UN peacekeepers and doing a more thoughtful research for her? It's only natural to think that. With the entire world in danger, there shouldn't be a need to sneak around in some secret society. When all of humanity is at stake, why would you have to act in secret?
鍵の存在は全世界、全宗教に極めて強い影響力を持つ。その存在さえも公にはできないのだ。
Good point. From the religious point of view, she would be like a god. Yeah, pretty much. Plus, she got enough power to destroy the world. She's a walking planet buster. I wouldn't be surprised if there were countries working in secret to get a hold of her. Yeah.
理解が早くて助かる。そういうことだ。鍵の存在は決して公にできない。
I like how Lucia presents this whole thing. This is very nice, like tied up package. Without like going very specifically into details. Just a quick info.
その上、困ったことに鍵を積極的に保護し、地球を滅ぼすべきだと主張するで。
What the heck? There's some kind of cult? Yeah, pretty much.
現在、最も危険な勢力として我々が警戒しているの。
Gaia.
鍵が地球再生を担うと信じている教師。彼らは鍵が人類を滅ぼしかねないことを理解していてなお、鍵を確保して地球を脅かすつもりでいる。
Also, I forgot actually. I don't remember if you commented on this at the end of Shizuru Road. How long? We don't know how long was it, right? How long was it before like Shizuru and the others like went out from the underground to outside? Because Shizuru didn't look that much older, if I remember correctly in the CG. So how much time passed between like basically the end of the world and them hiding underground? Also, how did that not affect them? It's still a mystery to me. I didn't question that since the Shizuru Road, but yeah, I have questions about Shizuru ending. Like, why hiding underground suddenly makes you not disappear? For example, right? And how long did it took for like everything be safe? How they would know it's safe to leave outside? I don't know. I just start thinking about this and it's still weirding me out. I will check actually comments under this video if there's any. I think there was some comments, but I don't know if there was something about this. Maybe I'm not supposed to know, actually. Maybe it's not explained for the reasons. Maybe I will get to know later. Anyway. I will check that later. In the comment section. And maybe under this one as well. Unless it's a spoiler and you just don't want to tell me. Yeah, that's also a possibility. Because I don't want to be spoiled if this info is going to be like later. The heck is up with those guys? They don't care about their lives.
死の病に伏した地球を再生するには鍵の力を借りて地球を再生しなくてはならない。そのためには人類が滅ぶリスクさえも受け入れなければならない。それが奴らの主張だ。
I see. They've lost it, alright. Don't tell me those guys have made their way into Kazama Matsuri too.
それどころか風祭り氏はガイアの勢力下にあるとさ、我々にとってここは敵地も同然だ。
Oh jeez. You mean to say that the battle to determine the fate of the war is going to be on Kazamatsuri, right under our nose? That sounds like a plot right out of the movie, or so I would normally say, but I swallow my words. I said I wouldn't joke about this. This is reality. Gaia, huh? Those guys sounds crazy. They talk of noble goals, like reviving the planet. But if they won't hesitate to destroy the humanity, what makes them any different than the terrorist cult? If you wanna save the planet, start with sorting your garbage.
その通りだな。そして、もはやその程度のことでは救えないほど地球の病は進行しているというの。
I mean, the Earth's gonna die at some point anyway, but that's still hundreds of millions of years from now, right? If I remember right, the sun's gonna swell up and consume the Earth alongside it, but that's a problem on a scale that humans shouldn't even consider about when they barely live 100 years.
地球の病が進んでいることだけは事実だ。奴らの肩を持つわけではないが、地球は何億年も持たない。それも事実だ。
So it's not just Gaia, but even Guardian and other organizations are saying that it doesn't have long to live.
現在の水準がそのまま推移すれば、1000年で地球は死を迎える。
Okay. 1,000 years. Compared to the prediction of several hundred million years, a mere 1,000 the Earth demise seems like the immediate future in comparison. Still, no matter how long any human today tries to stay alive, it's too distant a future for any of us. People won't feel any concern for the future that they themselves won't be living in. That's why they've polluted the environment to its limits and left their children and grandchildren to clean up the legacy. Pretty much. 1,000 years. It sounds so far away, but still close enough for us to reach. Still, it's so far away I can't even imagine.
そうだ。私たちにとっては1億年後も、
1000
年後も、だから無視できる。想像が至らない。
1,000 years, huh? How's the Earth going to fall to the ruin?
想像できるのなら話してもいい。
Huh? I can't think 1,000 years ahead. She seems to be absolutely sure about it, and she's saying I'm free to tell her what I think. Okay, so what I think, like, how Earth could die in 1,000 years. Let me think a little bit. So I think, like, the most, like, common thing you would think of, if we don't, like, you know, think about, like, being fried by sun, basically, which is also a possibility, right? But it's, like, going with the pollution and stuff, so in the 1,000 years, I guess, like, we could, like, destroy the ozone so much that, like, planet could be scorched, basically. Maybe the, like, technological advancements will make so much, like, toxical waste and stuff that it's just going to die out all the plants and pollution on the, like, water sources and stuff. It's, like, the most common sources, I think, that anyone can think of. But on the other hand, we can advance in the technological way that the pollution is not going to be a problem in a way. Like, let's say like 5 or 6 or 700 years, there's going to be technology that is like going to purify the waste basically, and it's going to like save us from whatever pollution we are making. But that could make us like maybe vulnerable to like actually our own technology. So basically, like, I don't know, AI or whatever. This is another common thing, I guess, that people think like we'll try to destroy humans, you know, like in Terminator or whatever, because like we are like threat for Earth or whatever, you know, something like that. These are like two most common like scenarios, I think. Either the technology is going to like just destroy everyone and everything, or we're just going to destroy everything. I think that's like the two most common thing. Is there like anything else I can think of? I mean, there could be like maybe discovery of some like extremely rare resource or something, and there's going to be like some global war with like technology from like 500 years in the future, and it's just going to like destroy everything on the planet as well. So that's like actually the middle ground between the technology and the pollution, because probably these weapons will like also have like some biological or something in them. Yeah, I think like these are like three like common things. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Like how like what Lucia said, like how do you think it will end in like 1,000 years if Earth would like actually be destroyed in 1,000 years? Like what's like the most like possible thing that would happen? What do you think? Different project, okay. Project. Oh, you did? Okay. A human of the future. I remember she mentioned that phrase before. Okay.
そこで一切の生命を否定する過酷な環境に人類はいかにして対抗していくかを研究していたのだ。
Okay.
その技術を1000年の未来に託し、1000年を超えて人類をながらえさせようという遠大な計画だった。
Okay, so make a technological advancement that will like make people be able to survive in whatever like climate is going to be in the 1,000 years. Okay. It's still a long way off, but it's great that research like this exists. So, you were a researcher.
1000年後を託される役割だった。
Okay, that's weird. I mean, we're talking about 1,000 years. A human of the future. Lucia called herself the bug in the church. She called herself the unclean existence, something non-human akin to vampires. And on top of that, she called herself a human of the future. She asked me to close my eyes. I oblige and listen carefully to what she has to say. Okay. Let's see. Lucia perspective. Lucia also said that someone like gave her this poison, right? Back in the orphanage. So, okay. So did they research actually for the hostile environment of the pollution and toxicity environment, actually, that kind of scenario? And they thought like maybe we can create some kind of like serum or injection or whatever that will make a human immune to this like whatever like toxicity is going to be on the planet. And Lucia is basically a test subject, and they gave her this poison and immunity to this, and she's like a living basically like, let's say, proof or concept basically for how people could survive in 1,000 years. So she's like a research experiment, I think. Let's see. What was she going to say? White noise from TV. No, that's not quite right. What bliss would it be to perceive that sound as waves? Alas, you will never mishear the sound again after finding out its true source. A gale of wind blows across parched sands. It's a sandstorm of rust and poison.
ユリウス、応答できるか。
Okay.
ユリウス、問題なし。
ガブリエル、応答できるか。
ガブリエル、聴覚不調。激しいノイズと頭痛。
Okay.
了解した。調整中。
なりました。問題なし。
Interesting.
ルチア、応答できるか。
ルチア、問題なし。波の音が聞こえます。
波の音。それは強弱の波形を伴うものか。
はい。いえ、訂正します。
So there's been more of them.
風の音です。
So they were like the sound of like sandstorm and what was that? Corrosion or something? Rust and poison. So they were like experimenting on kids by setting them like on some kind of like environment full with like some host environment that no human could survive. Also, they can like adjust like that, like adjusting. How is that better? What do you mean? Like you can like adjust what, like their abilities, or you just adjusted the environment to be less hostile, basically, to see how much they can handle. This is fucked up. How many of kids died? Guardians are not good. Jesus. I guess they think this is the lesser sacrifice. Holy crap.
了解。ならば正常だ。続いて視覚接続を行う。
Visual uplink.
了解。ユリウス、ガブリエル、ルチア。これからあなたたちの視野に赤、青、緑の3つの光点が現れ、交わっていくわ。それが白い一つの光点になったら教えてちょうだい。
Okay.
起きたらエマージェンシーをダブルタップ。
Where are they? Are they sitting somewhere? Tap, so it's like they're sitting somewhere or whatever. Is this just a simulation, like virtual simulation? This is not actually like they're actually experimenting on them, like actually. I mean, they're still experimenting on them, it seems, but okay, how does that work? I will just continue. They will probably explain this to me. Emergency button is the feature that was hastily added after Francesca's accident last week. Okay. Francesca. They should have been monitoring her thoughtfully, but she sensed something that went by undetected. It fried her brain and she died. Oh. Yeah, okay, so it is some kind of like simulated environment and they have like some helmets or something. Wow, okay. So, yeah, if like you die there, then you die in real life. Holy crap. Yeah, it's terrible. You have to summarize from the data gathering right before her death that she died from drowning in the sulfur. So fuck? Sulfur spring heated to degrees in the hundreds. The measurements said the same. You test for stuff like this? I mean, sure, like you are testing the world-ending scenarios, but holy fuck. Also, not burned in sulfur heated to the degrees of hundreds. She drowned. What the fuck? Most likely, she deviated from the non-stop path to hell and fell into the pool of sulfur. At least that's what the rumors say. Humans send the sensations their bodies feel to their brains which in turn sends signals back to know how to respond. In other words, if the exact same data of body sensation can be sent directly to the brain, then you can get the same response without physically contacting the body. For example, it's been confirmed that by sending sensory data of the inferno directly to the brain, it will cause burns and blisters to appear. This is so fucked up. And that is exactly what happened. There was a lag of 2 seconds from when Francesca replied that there were no problems. In those 2 seconds her brain was fried and she died. Will we be able to tap the emergency button twice before we jump into Hell Cauldron? Even if we do, that just means that we leave to see another day battery of tests and training. This is so What the fuck? Guardians are not as good as I thought. Oh my god. I mean, they're doing the research for, like, I guess better, like, survival of the humanity. This is like the dark side of science, basically. The dark side of science. Holy fuck. Yo. This is dark. This is dark. At least Gaia is not experimenting on children. Also, how can you make someone survive hundreds of temperatures? Like, what kind of technology do you have to do this? Or are you, like, maybe giving them some kind of suits or something, you know, in the simulations? Like, why it just... Okay. If we don't, then we die. No more tests or training for us. We never learned how fearsome death is. Yeah, okay. Like, maybe they're just giving them suits or something as well, you know, in these simulations. Like, the technology, like, you know, to withstand hundreds of, you know, degrees. They just, like, just simulate some kind of, like, costumes or whatever. But Lucia have been injected with poison, so... I don't know, like, this is so creepy. This is dark. That is why after seeing Francesca die from getting her brains boiled, we felt sorry for her, and then, just 2 seconds later, relief for her. Relief and envy because she no longer has to see the hell that Earth will turn into 1,000 years from now on. Damn. The 3 points of light, red, blue and green, appear on the back of my eyelids. And they are piercingly bright, enough to make my eyes hurt. And there is no technology to protect my eyes from the light on the back of my eyelids. The 3 points wriggle and swing back and forth like pendulum, trying to coalesce into a single point. Those points of light continue to pierce through my eyelids. It feels like they're squirting and twisting around my elbows.
ルチア、どう？白い一つの交点になった？
今重なりました。ですが眩しくて目が痛いです。眼球に針が刺さったように感じます。
Also, you can hear in her voice how, like, deprived of emotion she is. Like, oh my god. She's just living there for experiments. Oh my god, this is so hard.
もうしばらく耐えて。それは疑似の痛覚よ。
Yeah, sure. Unless it can kill you in 2 seconds, frying your brain.
あなたの眼球はとても安らかだわ。その痛覚を認めてはダメ。本当にえぐられるわよ。
Yeah, like I said, like, don't say it's just simulated. The sense of... I mean, it is simulated, but goddamn it. Yeah. The sense of pain is perfectly simulated. By recognizing it as real, the body will come to accept this reality. I mustn't give in to pain. I have to be able to bear it, or else I won't last through the tests. If I don't last, then I won't ever have to... If I don't last, then I won't ever have to take the tests ever again. But that can only mean one thing.
痛覚を無視します。
Damn. I ignore the stabbing, gouging sensation in my eyes. I categorize them as nothing more than a signal being sent to my brain and sever my thoughts related to my eyes. With enough mental training, pain is something that can be ignored. Once again, I'm sent 1,000 years into the future, into the hell. Some kind of virtual space is being force-fed into my brain. It is essentially the same as simulator, but it isn't that simple either. We are clearly aware that thanks to the incident in Francesca. This simulator runs on the world's leading supercomputer, streaming the virtual space straight into our brains. This is a different dimension than just seeing a bunch of polygons on screen. Streaming virtual space right into our brains. Is this IO? Anyone like read or watched my series on IO? Like, what are we like in the like times of like biocomputers in the heads? This can fool our brains completely. To call it virtual simulation would be an insult. So IO is fucking amazing. They consider this a time machine, one that could let us travel to the future 1,000 years from now on. Okay. Can we see the Earth 1,000 years from now? What did you simulate it? Now that I have permission, I slowly, gingerly open my eyes. Oh. Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's empty. Yep, no, like, plants, no life. Just some rocks and, yeah. It's just a desert. Probably no water as well. How do you survive here? Like, is like on this planet even like any water left? That is not polluted or whatever. Actually, if like Lucia is immune so much to her own poison, then she can probably drink as well the polluted water or whatever. If there's any. Anyway, way. Oh, so they don't know. Interesting. They don't know what you can see. Okay, usual. It is a vast desert planet filled with sandstorms of rust and poison. Within the rusty sand lies poisons that still have not disappeared even after 1,000 years. If I bring back just one grain of that sand to the present world and drop it into a swimming pool, it would turn into the pool of death that would wipe out even the microbes. Holy Jesus! The sand fills the desert and covers the land. This is what the world's most powerful computers spent decades calculating. The world of 1,000 years from now on. Its poisonous, rusty sand was supposedly expelled from the earth itself, its virtual and given form. Humans will dwell somewhere, swallow its blessing, exploit its resources, and contaminate the environment. Eventually the earth will no longer be able to seal its own wounds. It will begin to rot, fester, and expel poison into its surface. It will perish along with all the life it created on its surface. There isn't a single cloud in the sky. On the planet that has stopped nurturing any life, the blessing of rain no longer exists. There's no rain at all, even. Like, you would imagine there would still be rain, but it would be like a toxic rain or even the acid. Like, if you saw some other actually K games, yeah, Planetarian, then you know, like, this kind of vision. I have the series on the channel too. It's very short visual novel. This is also like post-apocalyptic, basically, environment. And the rain is pretty much an acid. Maybe not like acid, but it's dangerous if you get contact to this, basically. I don't know if that was the case with the other game. No, it was not. Okay, never mind. The sun that had been occurring before is now nothing but a flaming eye of a demon, searching for any possible survivors to set ablaze, even long after the extinction of the human race. Yeah, okay, so no ozone, so yeah, just fry everything. So Lucia can like survive being fried by sun in this environment? What the fuck? What they have done? They can like like what kind of technology they have? This is so like what the hell? If the sun is a demon eye, the atmosphere is its breath. The instant air enters my lungs, they prickle in agony. Pain and heat fills my lungs, as if burning hot sulfur is coating their insides.
ルチア、具合はどう？
肺が熱いです。大気を吸うと焼かれます。
そのイメージに負けるな。君の体は十分な耐性を持ってる。君の脳だけが
Okay.
受け入れていない。
了解。痛覚を無視。こ
Damn.
のイメージになれます。
So, they managed to create or give like immunities or like whatever, like they did experiments on Lucia to make her body to withstand such environment. But what the actual, like, so any of these kids probably have the same ability as Lucia to withstand this environment. But the crucial part of this is that they need to train their brains, basically. You know? It's like, I don't know, I would imagine like, for example, someone is, I don't know, we have like, let's say like, those experiments and researchers, they gave someone ability to, you know, breathe underwater, for example, right? They toss you underwater and you cannot breathe because you don't recognize you can. Like, they told you you can, but when you try to breathe, you feel like your lungs being filled with water, probably, and you just cannot breathe because your brain don't know that you can do this. So this is what these experiments are for. They're just to show them that their body can actually take it. This is insane. If I don't get used to this, I will end up following the Francesca footsteps. No one will come for me in this infernal desert world filled with poison and rust. It feels as if I'm waiting for parents whose faces I don't know, as I stand idle, awaiting my next order. But also, I see, like, I mean, they're doing this experiment here to probably know how to proceed in the future, because, I mean, Lucia is still just a human, right? She's not going to live for 1,000 years to see this future. So basically, all the experiments now are just stepping stones for the 1,000 years in the future, so they can, like, you know, make this experiment more efficient in the future generations. So when it's like going to be around the time when this is going to happen, they will know how to correctly, like, make the procedure, basically. This is so fucked up.
ルチア、OK です。すべて正常。オールクリア。Oh my god! 信じられない。
OK。それでは試験を開始する。
Okay.
その前にルチア。
So she managed to stay on planet. Okay, so that's first step, and now the experiment. Okay.
何がでしょうか。ありがとう。
What are they going to throw at her? Oh my god.
スタッフルームで今、歓声が上がってる。君だけが
Okay.
1000年後の世界に選ばれた。
Only she managed to ignore the pain and stuff, huh? The rest probably clicked the emergency button. Apparently this new groundbreaking biological substrate, which was implanted into me, produced far more data than they expected. Biological substrate. Okay. So yeah, she's been implanted with something. Embedded in my body is the biological substrate, with the surface area of the runaway created with space compression technology. What the fuck? It allows me to live on the Earth 1,000 years from now, a world that doesn't permit any life. It's proof that I am a human of the future. It allows me to be exception, to be alive in the world of the dead, a key to the underworld. After a long time, suffering and countless sacrifices, the biological substrate has finally been completed. In a poisonous world where no life is permissible, I'm allowed to live. Oh, that's not quite right. I have been reborn into a resident of the poisonous world.
おめでとうルチア。繰り返すわ。あなたは1000年の後に生きることを許された選ばれた人類。
You'll be next generation, yeah,
ら
okay.
れる次世代の人類なのよ。
To be sent on an ark. Okay. That is specific. What do you mean? Oh, what if they... Oh, wait. I just got an idea. She doesn't have to live for thousands of years. If they have technology to create like some kind of like substance to make them immune for this environment and stuff, they can put like these kids into the cryopods. They can make them sleep and then make them wake up when the like humanity dies out, basically. And they're going to be like the new generation of people that can actually survive here. I just thought about this. Yeah, they could just like freeze thousands of people to like just create a new humanity later on.
人類は滅ぶだろう。しかし君だけは生き残れ。そして新しい世界で子孫を育み文明を伝え
Yeah.
社会を復興させるのだ。
Yeah, you have offspring. So yeah, like as if like these people are going to be immune to this, then the kids also is going to like regain this immunity. Yeah.
あとはアダムね。
Well, I think we found one. Yeah. So Kotaro is the chosen one.
Y 染色体の相性が悪いのかもしれない。XY 専用の生態基盤を再設計する必要。
Wait, what? May not have good compared to the Y chromosome. And not the purchase substrate specifically for those with the XY. Oh, okay. Because they created the DNA or like the substance only for the girls, I think, then. So now they're trying to research and create another one for the guys. Okay. I can hear the researchers banter over the intercom. If you think about this, like, it makes sense that they just focused on one type in the beginning. It's like, you know, it's not much time, like 1,000 years, if you think about this, like in the scale of like millions, right? But yeah, like it's faster to research one type of the thing, and if this succeed, then use this as a template to research the other thing that is like very similar, you know? Instead of like trying to do the both at the same time. It would be like, it would take much more time. That makes sense. From their exchange, I can already tell that I've lost yet another from my already dwindling companions. Julius was the last of the male subjects here. Yeah, okay. So, okay, never mind. So they actually do both. I thought like they only like focusing on one. Yeah, that was Julius. Yeah, true. Okay, never mind then. His lungs were apparently burned by molten sulfur. He must have surrendered to the pain he felt from the breathing in the burning atmosphere. It was too soon to try and bring him to the world of the 1,000 years into the future. I could already sense it, just vaguely from the last experiment. The researchers kept mentioning his initial results in the projected outcome, and not that I had an idea of what they were talking about though. After that, I was forced to serve as a navigator of sorts to future world for so many other boys and girls. I hope for anyone apart from me, who could come to that lonely world of poison and rust. And she's the only one who survived, holy crap. I constantly gave them all advice so that they wouldn't end up like Francesca, Julius, or Gabrielle. Alas, there was no one who could accept the award as I had. This is insane. And she's not frozen. She's not in cryopods, so what's the deal? I guess maybe they wait for her to be older basically and then put her into the cryopod. I mean, you have to freeze her to be like to wake up in 1,000 years old. So she's been helping to find out the guy that can actually withstand the thing. And then probably they will freeze just both of them. Yeah, I think that's the play here. Even though their bodies, their very cells could accept it, their minds could not. They were astonished and told me my mind was special, but I never did anything special. All that we imagine and all the information that our brain perceives, pain included, is merely signals. I just have to find those signals, pick them out and block them. Using the psychological and cognitive training that they drilled into us, I was naturally able to learn that skill. Unfortunately, it seems like I was the only one who could succeed at that. Eventually the desert world of poison rust turned to the place where I could only feel the desolation of loneliness and nothing more. Not even heat or pain, nothing. Not only that, but as I tried to adapt my body to live in that land of death, goosebumps ran through my entire body down to my very cells. Even on the day of my final tests, I felt like I was just basking in the sun on the warm spring day. In a world where just taking a single breath would had robbed all my friends of their lives, I had come to understand it. I am cursed human whose fate is to live in this hell. So she's not just immune to poison, she's just like pretty much immortal at this point. The world will eventually fall to ruin. Is this why she's so good at spices? Like she can like eat without any problems, any spice, because it's basically nothing to her. That explains why she's so good at spices, actually. Wow. I thought this is just some like weird random quirk of hers. It's not. What? The world will eventually fall to ruin. This world filled with lush and abundant greenery will surely eventually crumble and overflow with poison and rust. Since I was transferred to Santa Brescia up until that incident, I had nightmares of that poisonous, rusty desert planet every single night. I was abandoned in that place, all alone, without a single friend. Now I no longer dream of that place. Instead I have even worse dreams, where everything I touch rots and decays. Yeah. A desert world full of poison and rust. Tennoji speaks, as if using every ounce of his imagination to picture everything I just told him. This is just crazy, holy crap. But it's pointless. No matter how vividly he envisions that bleak, desolate world, no one else can truly understand it apart from me, being alone, remaining person to have gone there. I only spoke of the researchers that revealed the state of the world after 1,000 years. I intentionally hid the fact that I am a being created specifically to be sent 1,000 years into the future. Okay. Speaking to him of the Next Generation Humanity project would be no doubt being discussed. Tennoji is doing his best to imagine the nightmarish world that only I have seen. He closes his eyes and tries to convince what I've been talking about. He's trying to empathize that I won't be alone in that world. Even in a world 1,000 years into the future, he's still trying to stay true to his promise to me, that he won't leave me alone. I wonder if like Kotaro can actually rewrite himself to be able to withstand all of this. He probably can. He has still capabilities. I mean, he's like at like 6, I think, right? 4, I think. So we have like still like good half of the circle. So this road, Kotaro may not be like the strongest physically, like as the fighter, but he's going to be just able to survive anything. I think. Probably. That really is the word of the, huh? So as humans, we are going to devour the earth till nothing left of it. And that's what will happen after 1,000 years.
そうだ。人が生き方を改めない限り、それは1000年より早まるかもしれない。
If we do, then the earth will last a little longer.
私はそうと信じている。
So that's why you brought up the earth lifespan. We're talking about segregation empty guns. I remember very well when Yoshi and I tossed a couple of empty guns aside. It was like a huge lecture about the environment, yep. So that wasn't just her waxing polytheist, huh? As someone who knows the earth will crumble in 1,000 years, it's only be natural for her to say that. Of course, everyone already knows that the earth will come to an end at some point. The moment they recognize it won't be happening in their lifetime though, they stop caring. However, she has seen the earth end for herself. Lucia, what you told me, I think everyone has to hear it. That way, even us stupid humans will try to be more careful with the earth.
それを私の使命かとも思ったが、その未来を語ることは
Okay.
厳重に禁じられている。
They might have stopped the project, but the vision of the future is still the result of the research, right? You all put that much effort into research. It's kind of a waste.
話したところで、誰もが天王寺のように真摯に耳を傾けるわけじゃない。
Yeah. I mean, for most people, it's going to be just a crazy talk.
1000年もの
Yeah.
話。気の
Yeah, they'll be like, yeah, whatever.
いい話だ。
Hey, that isn't true. It is, though. If there's even just one person that happens to still be alive on this planet 1,000 years from now, they would look at the desert planet full of poison and rust and curse all of humanity that let it happen for the 1,000 years period prior. Yeah. Hit very close, huh? Dang, I said something super embarrassed without even batting an eyelash. However, Lucia looked pensive and cast her head down, contemplating my word. Yeah, Kotaro doesn't know. Because she didn't tell him that part about surviving. Whatever that is 1,000 years from now on, I don't want to cause any grief. That's why I'm gonna do whatever I can, however small.
ほう、それは首相なことだ。具体的には何をする？
Separating trash. Also using eco bags when I go to the supermarket. I will also be more mindful of my air conditioner settings. Also, I will stop holding in my pee. Sorry, mind if I use your bathroom?
バカ！廊下を出て左だ。
Wow. I had no intention of joking around, but I couldn't hold it anymore. Before Lucia turns to more violent ways of expressing her embarrassment, I better head to the toilet. Okay. Right as I step into the corridor, I sense something passing by. Oh? What the? It's from the rooms to my left, where the bath and toilets are. It was as if caught on the divider by the entrance fluttered. I was just saying things, right? Okay. Who's here? If this were my own house, I'd be creeped out, like there's a ghost, but well, this is Lusa's place. And the impudent ghost show up, and she will just beat them into submission, nothing to be afraid of. I mean, it could be Gaia. How would they discover us, though? There's no reason for them. Is this Key? It's like did Key find Kotaro? Because she's been like following him for a while in every road, basically. I mean, not in every road, but at least in common road. But I had to think I definitely hear a faint sound. It's from the bath. There's something knocking out in the bath. I'm sure of it. Oh, okay. The sound isn't water dripping or anything either. Now I think about it, she did mention that whenever the key gets nearby, your perception gets all messed up. And it feels like there's a ghost. Okay, so this is the part where we are like Lucia and Guardians in general are going to figure out that we have the eyes. We can see the key actually. Lucia is not going to be able to perceive key at all. Maybe I'm actually sensing the presence of the key, the girl that Lucia and everyone else in Gaia have been desperately searching for. If I manage to capture her, I could turn the tables around for them. Well, you cannot do this. You were stronger before and you still couldn't do this. Like, you can't even touch her. Like, the ribbons she have for the self-defense are just like, yeah. I get to save the world. While I'm at it, two birds with one stone. Gingerly, I push open the door to the bath.
天王寺小太
Was Lucia there actually?
郎なぜトイレに行くと言ってバスルームを開く
What? What? Wait, Lucia, you got that wrong. I sensed something suspicious. I thought it's the key girl that you told me about earlier.
女子の浴室を覗き見ようとする変態ハレンチ女の敵め
Wow.
浴室なら
Okay.
好都合帰り血で壁を汚してもシャワーでさ
Wow. Well, isn't that convenient? Wait, what? Oh. Hi, Shizuru. Where have you been? Wait, what? Huh? I blast through the door to the bathroom in an effort to escape Lucia Ruff, but... Why is Shizuru here? Wait. What are you doing here, Ms. Disciplinary Officer?
とても不思議だ
Even Lucia didn't knew. What?
あの服なかなか似合って
Oh my god, you spied on them. Oh my god. Lucia very nearly unleashed her wrath upon Shizuru, but this girl, sneaky as she is, she quickly maneuvers around me, using me as a shield and deftly evading Lucia's assault.
しみょうに一発殴られろ痛いから嫌だ遠慮
Yeah, I'm so lost. Could someone explain me what's going on? And could you not fight around me?
邪魔だどけ天王寺小太郎
I'm not covering her. She's just using me as a human shield.
まあまあそうとさかに来るなバラすぞ
Oh my god. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, Kotaro's dead. She just deleted the shield. Shizuru yanks me by the back of my neck, dragging my face over to where hers should be. Wait, what? Oh my god. Oh my god, Shizuru is so savage this road. What the fuck? Why would you... Oh my god. Poor, like... Kotaro face is just no longer his face. I'm seeing stars and hearing the low din of the TV static. I get invited over for dinner by Lucia in a MAID outfit. And then Shizuru appears out of nowhere, and we finish up with me eating a knuckle sandwich. This is just unjust. I refuse to accept this. What the hell? With Lucia's mood fruitfully soured, Shizuru and I are unceremoniously removed from her home. Okay, I think I at least had the right to know why she was in Lucia's bathroom.
まあ気分だ
I wanted to say, obviously, because they wanted someone to just be sure that Kotaro's not going to say anything to anyone, and just like spy, but that sounds just like Shizuru, actually. That actually just sounds like her. You really expect me to believe people hide in bathrooms because they feel like it?
じゃああれだルチアの護衛だ
Yeah,
小太郎がルチアにけだもの
Sure.
に貼ってた
that also sounds like Shizuru. Does that Ironclad class representative of yours really need a bodyguard? Just think about it.
確かに
Yeah. She sort of keeps trying to make excuses in the most like dicey manner. Well, not like she's ever been one to wear her heart out, her heart on her sleeve. Well, I have a pretty good idea anyway. Today's dinner was pretty fancy. You helped her with it, didn't you? Oh, okay. Okay, okay. Okay, that's nice. Okay, I see. That was way too much sorry. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Sure. Wow.
家庭的な食卓のつもりだったんだ。
Lucy's pretty good at cooking, isn't she? Her packed lunches look pretty impressive.
ルチアは味覚に難がある。
Yeah, like the spicy stuff. Oh, that's right. She's into some insanely spicy food and all. That's how it is. She thought that it would be inedible for me if she seasoned the food as usual, so she asked Chizuru to supervise the cooking to keep the seasoning normal.
買い物をしてきたのは私だが、作ったのはルチアだ。私は味付けしか口を出していない。
Okay. And of course, you didn't feel satisfied with just leaving after helping her out. So you hid out of sight without Lucia knowing and watched what happened, is that right?
まさか、あんな格好に着替えるとはびっくりだ。
Wow.
小太郎はそういう趣味があるのか。
Well, we also imagined you in one. But that was like more traditional normal maid outfit. That wasn't me, that was all Miss Nishikuchi's orders. Well, I'm the one who foisted the conditions upon her to give the order in the first place. Meanwhile, she's always just astonished at the idea that Miss Nishikuchi would give her an order like that. Oh crap. The rest of Miss Nishikuchi being members of Guardian was supposed to be a secret. Yeah, okay. He doesn't know. I need to be more careful with what I say, since the two aren't supposed to have anything to do with each other outside the school.
大体想像がついた。秘密を喋らない代わりに、
Wow.
小太郎がエッチな条件を出したに。
Yeah, I miss Chizuru, oh my god. You are technically right.
トウカは悪ふざけが好きだが、結構冷酷だ。小太郎も約束を破って秘密を漏らしたりすると転校したりしちゃうぞ。
Yep. Secret? What could you be talking about?
ガーディアン、
Oh, you're totally leaking it out, Chizuru. Shit. I played it off by joking around a bit, but Chizuru herself mentioning the name Guardian totally got me off guard. Does that mean you are in the big G too?
何のことやら。
Bit too late to play dump, you know. Oh my god. Got something stuck in your throat? What the heck? Isn't that a secret organization? We're not supposed to be blabbing about that in open. In any case, this explains why Lucy and Chizuru know each other, despite being in different years. So, the two of them are in Guardian, huh? I see now, so that's how we know each other. Why you keep doing this? That's kind of weird though. Okay, spit it out already. Lucia puts on an act of being a clean freak because of her particular constitution. Namely, she imparts poison on anything she touches. That's why she avoids any and all direct contact with people. So we can go into her place, no problems. You cooked with her and even shared lunches with her, right?
それくらい普通だ。
For normal folks, sure, but Lucia is anything but normal. You're familiar with her situation, I'm sure?
私は特別だ。
Yeah. So, like I expect, that like she can withstand her poison to a certain degree, then. Will she be even more particular about it with close friends of hers?
そうじゃない。私も体が
Yeah.
特
She really drops a bombshell without batting an eye. Special.
ルチアが特別な体なように、私も特別だ。
Okay. Really?
小太郎と同じだ。私もルチアの毒が大丈夫。
Okay, so it's not even to some certain degree, she's just immune to her poison. Okay. She can just like I guess I could make sense. Because she can make just like drugs in her body to counteract any like, you know, disease and stuff. But she needs to know what kind of disease is this. So I assume that the researchers that gave Lucia whatever they gave her showed Shizuru like the construction of this poison, how it's made, and like, you know, in general, what's the construction of this, and she managed to create the antibodies for this, basically. Yeah, okay. Seriously? Well, that explains things.
だからルチアとは私しか友達になれなかった。
Since Lucia poisons anyone she touches, any friends of hers would need to be resistant to that poison, and she's just the only one who fits the bill. That's why Lucia hasn't opened up to anyone else in the class, keeping herself at the arm's length, and is only friendly with Shizuru.
ルチアと友人になりたいと思う人間も時にはいた。
Figures. I'm sure she wouldn't want to lose any more friends to poison or sickness. Lucia and Chihaya are at odds with each other right now, but Chihaya tries to be friends with her too. If it weren't for her poison, I'm sure the two would still be friends, even if rather awkward ones. Neither Chihaya nor Lucia is at fault here. It's just that Chihaya didn't have the physical qualifications to be Lucia's friend. But how can any human possess those qualifications in the first
だ
place?
からルチアは自分の毒に耐えることのできる奇跡の資格を持つ人間が、小太郎はその資格を得て降臨したルチアの奇跡なんだ。
I'm not some angel or god. I'm just a guy with a slightly different constitution that can withstand Lucia's poison.
ルチアの毒は
Okay, I've had to cut, sorry about that. I'm back. What was it? Okay. Lucia's poison is quite potent, okay. So it seems.
それに平気だなんて。小太
Well, since the same goes for you, I will be just as impressive.
私もめちゃくちゃすごい。
Super impressive. Keeping pride in yourself, huh? Relax. I already gave my word. I'll be there for her. I won't leave her alone.
小太郎すごいこと言う。ちょっと焼ける。
Agreed. I said some really cringy stuff there, didn't I?
コスプレで二人きりのお食事会より恥ずかしい。
It sounds even worse when you put it that way.
でもそれがルチアの憧れだった。
The cosplay? My bad. I will quit messing around.
ルチアだって女の子だからいつかは男子と交際したいと。
Guys like her would have fleeting dreams of mingling with the boys their age. And of course, the same goes for even the straight-laced class rep Lucia. Actually, thanks to her condition, that dream is much more fleeting and cruel than it would be for anyone else.
小太郎にとっては悪ふざけに過ぎなかっただろうが、今夜少なくともルチアが思い描いてきた夢の一つが叶った。
To invite a boy over to her house and share a meal is definitely what the girl would dream of.
本当なら食事が終わった後、ルチアの部屋に招いて
Did she now?
を入れてくれたはずだ。
It's yet another of Lucia's modest dreams that she told Shizuru some time ago. She would invite a boy over to her house, cook up a meal for some to share, bring him over to her room and make some tea, and then liven it up with some fun conversation. She already knows, she already has 2 people worth of tea ready in the kitchen, I'm sure. And it's all got ruined thanks to you.
バレないと思った。小太郎の
Wow.
勘が良すぎだ。
If I didn't sense anything weird, Shizuru would have managed to stay hidden, I suppose. She was definitely able to suppress her presence completely. She has skills to back up her status as the agent of Guardians, it seems. Excuse me? This is all clearly your fault, no matter how we look at it. Quit doubting it.
小太郎は
Huh?
ルチアを一人ぼっちにしないと言った。 それは永遠にという意味。
I mean, yeah. Oh, I don't remember setting a time limit at least.
礼拝堂で永遠に一人ぼっち。
Oh my god, yeah, we are married now. Oh crap. Did I just create a huge misunderstanding back there?
誤解なのか。
Her expression is as subdued as usual. However, in her eyes lies a strong will. As Lucia's best friend, she's restrained to a certain emotion of mine. It's far too easy for me to joke around and dodge the issue. However, Nah, I don't intend to create any misunderstandings. I told her my feelings straight right and there. That I wouldn't ever let her be alone again.
その言葉をルチアがどう受け取ったかは。
I hadn't thought about it in the context of the man and woman. Even if Lucia weren't a girl, I still would have said the same exact thing in that situation.
ルチアはきっと小太郎が口にした以上のものを
Okay.
受け取っ。今ならまだルチアも誤解に気づける。そして小太郎も
Huh.
誰も傷つけずに済む。お前はルチアの運命の人になる覚悟は
Yeah.
本当にあるのか。
Kotaro doesn't really know yet what it implies, because what Shizuru is saying here means you being the person that's going to live with her in 1,000 years. Basically. Wait, I just realized! I know why Lucia left, probably. I said like they can like make Lucia they have to like put Lucia to sleep in like cryostasis or something. Maybe that's what's happening here. Maybe she left to be put to sleep basically and wake up in 1,000 years. So is like ending of this going to be we going to sleep together on the cryopods and wake up in 1,000 years? Is this how this is going to be the end? And all of this happened... Okay, yeah, slightly after the Guardians, yeah, okay. Let's just continue and read, but I have a feeling like that might be the case. I stopped in my tracks and gazed up at the streetlight illuminating the dark evening road. I think back at all things that have happened between her and I. Just, what is she to me? Did I enjoy messing with her because of her insane tolerance for stupidly spicy food? Or did I feel bad for her because her germophobia was isolating her from everyone else? Did I think I had to look after her after involvement with the story of Asahi Haruka? I still haven't decided on how I should approach the human named Konoha Lucia. Classmate or friends? Such simple terms aren't enough for the way I see her. We've already known each other long enough. But perhaps Lucia. And I mean this with no pretense, but maybe I'm her destined person. Not to mention the way I spoke to her might make her think that too. Well, whenever or not she takes it that way, I don't want to leave her alone ever again. Also, I'm a little bit confused in the timeline, by the way, you can like tell me in the comments. But Lucia's been originally Asahi Haruka, right? She had the power of this poison and like killing people by touch long time ago. So when these experiments actually happened, because they call her Lucia in the experiments, not Haruka anymore. So it seems like this poison power in a sense, like just the power of poison was not given to her. It's like her natural ability of Asahi Haruka, and then after like she made the like rumor around herself basically because of this power, Guardians took her and then they started using her as the experiment, basically. Is that the order? I'm a little bit confused. Like, what's the order of events is there? Would be glad if you can like tell me in the comments about this. What happened first and what later? I don't want to leave her, okay. Maybe I'm the only one who doesn't properly understand those feelings. Back in the church I was absolutely livid at that poison. The thing that forced her into solitude. That's why I activated my power on full throttle, even though I normally forbid myself from ever using it. I got a new body that's able to beat the poison. The change isn't visibly obvious unlike say muscles, so I'm not particularly self-aware of it. It should have been drastic physical change, enough to rework every single cell in my body. I was afraid of the taboo power of mine since I was a little kid. So what drove me to use it to full throttle without any reservations? Well, I'm pretty sure that even if my body still looks the same, it's already completely different from the normal human body from head to toe. When they did the checkup on me in the hospital, they told me my body was completely resistant to Lucia's poison. I could hear what doctors were saying though, I already had an inkling. Though I may look human, I'm the existence that's completely different from the normal human being.
らしいな。
Apparently I'm the same as Lucia. I became it willingly. Ah, nothing, just talking to myself, yeah, still keeping a secret. Anyway, I didn't want to let Lucia be alone, so I wished for my body to change accordingly. And even if I want out of it and try to make my body turn back, I can't anymore. Are you sure? I mean, if you think about this, you can, like, Rewrite can, like, change your body any way you want. So I don't see a reason why you can't change it back, to be honest. You know? Like, if, like, let's say, like, changing your body back to what you used it to be, it will still, like, enhance this power. Like, this is not, like, enhancement clock, it's more like the fuel, let's say, right? Like, you just reach the limit of, like, how many times you can change your body, basically. And then when you stop becoming a human at all. But, like, you can probably, like, you know, get stronger, like, have your arms, like, extremely strong and stuff. And then you can decide, I will just change them back. And it will still use the power, but it will turn your arms normal. I don't see a reason why he wouldn't be able to do that, to be honest. It's counterproductive, yeah. Like, why would you change back, like, your improvement? But it's possible. I guess, like, if maybe, like, he would, like, develop, I don't know, like in Shizuru Road, like, he had, like, armor on his hand, I think, like, scales or something, right? Like, he could probably just, like, devolve them, basically. If he wanted to. That's what I think of. Anyway. Any changes created from my body accelerators are irreversible. Did you try? I don't think you tried. Also, I didn't want to use it so carelessly. Just when I saw Lucia tears, that quashed any fears I had. So basically I haven't realized it myself, it's all. I think I've proven my resolve that I will never let Konohana Lucia be alone for the rest of her life. If I don't come to terms with it, Lucia's going to be the one hurted here. I stepped on the accelerator so that she wouldn't be hurt anymore. Well then, what else is there to fear? I will never let Konohana Lucia be alone. That's what I swore. No matter how Lucia herself takes that, there isn't going to be a single misunderstanding. If her dream is to have the tea while talking in her room after sharing a meal, then I'll be damned if I can't do that right at this moment. I'll make everything she dreams of come true. Is that enough resolve for you, Shizuru? Aww. After a long silence, Shizuru takes a deep, quiet sigh. I haven't averted my gaze from hers this entire time. Aww.
しかしすっきりした。ルチアの親友として、私は心から嬉しい。
You might have spun everything into a nice, neat story, but I haven't forgotten that tonight's mess is all your fault. Absolutely 100% all on you. Don't even think I've forgotten.
ごまかしきれなかったか。
I haven't forgotten, not even part, not even a little bit, not the tiniest iota. She sort of scratches her head in embarrassment. Despite that, her expression remains exactly the same. The way she messes around is pretty distinct to her. As Lucia's friend, she sort of asked a question on her behalf that she would have never asked herself. I'm sure Lucia will hear from her sooner or later. Sometimes it takes a third wheel for the people's feelings to get across to each other.
小太郎は
To each other.
私はこっちだ。
It's already late at night, so I'll walk you home.
のエージェントだから
Agent of G.
全然平気だ。
Yeah. Seriously, could you stop name dropping a secret organization so carefully, casually? Wow. Alright, see you tomorrow.
小太郎、もう二度と邪魔はしない。そのお詫びにいいことをし、
Okay. What is it?
ルチアが私に語ってくれた夢を
Oh.
教える。
Her dream?
彼氏ができたらこんなデートがしたいというルチアの夢だ。本年元旦
Newest versions of this year. She has the same dream and like changes the kind of date she wants each year. Wow. Let me hear it before it starts auto-updating. Yeah, we go for this dream date before it updates. That isn't the ideal first date from Shizuru. It's a simple kind of outdoing, something that a normal girl would find typically. But her dream date is so modest, it doesn't even matter that she's an agent of Secret Society Guardian. Guardian, huh? What kind of stuff they're usually up to? Well, it matters to me, I suppose. Especially not when we are talking of Lucy as the young lady and nothing more. Okay.
こんばんは。
Oh, it's still night. Okay. I'm waiting for morning to end episode. Order, okay, who's listening to the news?
我が国に拠点を持つ国際的人権団体 GA インターナショナルエージェンシーが本日合衆国連邦捜査
Okay.
強制捜査を受けたのです。当局は同団体が国際テロ組織への資金供与に深く関わっていたと主張しています。同団体代表アルバート・ミラー氏を筆頭に
Okay, some random stuff.
身柄が拘束さ
We
れたもの
don't care about this.
ニューヨーク本部前にチャールズ・グレイ記者がいます。
こちらは GA ニューヨーク本部前です。現在ご覧の通り、先ほどから駆けつけた支援者たちと市民たちは政府が今世紀最大の目標と再び全世紀的な人種差別問題が蒸し返されることを大きく懸念しています。
Okay, that
押
was
収した
random. Oh,
暗号文書を現在 NSA が分析中です。
okay, who is this?
CIA の分析では 85% の確率でガイアは日本にて
Okay.
何らかの大掛かりなアクションを予定
Okay, so these guys. So okay, so this is just behind the scenes attack from Guardian on Gaia. Okay, so they seize the laptops and get information and stuff. Okay.
いつ規模は
3ヶ月以内
3 months.
規模です。
北米欧州のガイア要注意人物が日本への連絡を盛んに取っています。
ガーディアン日本支部は数ヶ月前からそれを予見しています。
ジャパニーズはなんと
ガイアが鍵の潜伏場所を同国内で特定した可能性があると。
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I kind of found the key pretty easily, right? Inside the barrier that Todori did.
長官と上級分析官の見解は
ガーディアンジャパンが証拠とする西九条資料の信憑性は 5% 未満です。
Okay.
しかしミュラーのラップトップの裏付けから少なくともガイアは日本国内に鍵が潜伏すると。
日本は極東教区を通じて鍵確保の日米合同作戦の提案と特殊部隊の派遣を要求しています。
聞く気がないなら同じ話を英国にするとも。
Joint operation from the US security key. Okay.
OK ジェームス ジャパニーズの話を聞こうじゃないか。
Huh.
まもなく CIA 長官ジェームス・オットーの会見が始まり、国際的人権団体と国際テロ組織の癒着、それを示す明白な証拠がない限り。
Huh.
昨日はすまなかった。
Don't worry about that. I got to see you in the cosplay. Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you everyone for watching, and the next day is a school day, and yeah. It may be weird, it may not be weird, we may go actually on a date with Lucia next episode, so yeah. Thank you for watching. Like, her backstory is insane. I would say, like, she's like an experimental child, basically. I'm still like a little bit confused where in the timeline is Asahi Haruka. You can like help me out with this actually in the comments. Would really appreciate to figure out the timeline. But yeah, she's like the only one who survived and like seems to have body resistant enough to be able to live in 1,000 years in the future. So that's why I think like she left then in the Chizuru Road. And that's why she said, oh wait, yeah, she said something, we'll probably never see each other again or something like that, right? So that's what she meant. So they really go and like cryo sleep her or something. I'm curious if they found anyone else beside Kotaro to be with her in that future, because it gives little sense to just like cryo sleep her, you know, into the future. It makes like zero sense. She'll be the only one to survive. They need like someone else. If not Kotaro, then who was there? Anyway, that's it for this episode. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for being with me. I'll see you in the next one. Yeah. I like this so far. Thank you for watching. So click the like button if you liked the episode, subscribe for more, check my Discord, and become a member if you'd like to support me and see episodes earlier. Thank you once again, and for Pocket Watch, signing out.